Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. Picking up right where we left off, working on the phytoplankton build. We need to get some tin mined here. And we'll get that hooked up. We do need a couple boilers for steam. Should be easy enough to hook those up that way. They need exactly 30 a second, which is kind of cool. Which I guess makes sense because these mine 1 per second. We need 10 steam per tin mining operation. The 40% mining productivity is great. When do we get the next? I assume it's in Pi 2. What do I call it? Mining. Yeah, mining oh no, it's not till Chem Science. That's interesting. It skips over Pi Science and goes straight to Chem. And then it goes straight from Chem to Chem plus Prod. Interesting. That's fine. I mean, it's not like we need more right now, but it'll be nice to get another 20%. That's a lot of free ore. What that adds up to. Okay, and then pump jack wise, I will just put this one here. I could route the whatchamacallit. I could obviously route the water that we're using to make the phytoplankton as well, but I think this is a little easier. Alright, so there's that. It feels really good to be able to mine tin with only power. Given how much more annoying it is in the early game, that felt really good right there. I think that's the first time we mined tin without needing to bring anything additional. And yeah, we are completely out of boilers. So we'll head over to the mall, where we should have some. Continuing to run out of trains, we should make that a priority. Oh, we ran out of iron. Since that one's on a belt, I might go to like 24 stacks. Same with copper. But yeah, I would like a... We did add pump jacks, right? Maybe I didn't. I added electric boilers. I don't think we ever put pump jacks in here. I'll take a couple of electric boilers for the road. And where are all the sinkholes at? Right there. Alright. Well, the bot mall will be busy for a while, thanks to us. And I really wanted to make some pump jacks, though. Why can't I make more? I should probably have stuff in my inventory too. I'll go to my regular mall for now, but next time we need some, we'll have some. I can't make pump jacks because I'm missing iron. Oh, that's a pretty simple reason. Should be able to grab more iron pretty easily. I'm probably missing like a lot of different plates and random stuff. Copper, steel, you know, we're gonna need to move to better steel production at some point. Now that we're using the auto mall, that is spending a lot of our steel. Solder is still not backed up. That's actually surprising to me. I guess I'm not using hot air for all of it. I could be. I think we'll be okay though. Maybe not. Speaking of spending steel, there goes some more. What else do we need? I need more valves. Check valve. Allows flow only in the direction of the arrow. Apparently that's bugged. So a couple pieces of information. Putinator made a mod called Fluid Gauge, I think, or Simple Gauges or something like that. It has gauge in the name. That creates a one pipe entity that you can hook up a wire to. So that's super handy. But then someone in the chat said that check valves do exactly that. And then I was like, aren't those one way? And then apparently they're not one way, but the description literally says allows flow only in the direction of the arrow. So apparently those are not actually accurate. So that should probably be reported as a bug. The description, at least. The behavior, either the behavior or the description is a bug because they don't line up. One of the two. Let me see. What do we need inserters? We do actually need blue inserters pretty badly. Which is not cheap. Oof. I fear what I just did to my network, but it's fine. If we just leave for a while and we ignore it, it'll be fine when we come back hours from now. Alright, back to phytoplankton making. Don't even remember why I need phytoplankton, to be perfectly honest. Aha! It's for Ziphier eggs. Got it. Alright. These guys need 8 amongst 5. Is one of these each enough? 1.2 times 5. No, it's not, unfortunately. Alright. There we go. Done and done. And then finally, we need 4 pump jacks here for water. Alright, and then that goes up, mouse across T-junction. And then the phytoplankton will have a junction here. Okay. So that now can be copied. And we had 30 of them, so that's 16. We're gonna avoid the salt mine. And I'm gonna squiggle the rails manually. Alright, hold on. I'll just put that there for now. Okay, good. Alright, that works. And I will put like one signal along that stretch. And then we'll put this signal somewhere over here. Okay, a little weird, but it works, and now I've got room for a salt mine later. I don't love doing that, but salt mines are really important. And this worked out really nice because now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8 would make 32. But guess what? We're missing 2. So it actually works out perfectly. I ended up with way too many power poles somehow. I don't need all these ones. Oh, it's because we have one at the bottom that got copied. Okay, and now I will enable my bots because we need to build all this crap. You guys can do that. Beautiful. And then that actually connects through because those are nice and long, so I don't think anything's broken by those missing ones. We also don't need all these power poles. You know what? That one was actually load bearing. And that one was too. Okay, so we'll leave both of those in place. And then we need power for our water. I screwed this up. I forgot this also outputs grade 1 by itself. Whoops. Okay. Maybe we can still manage. Whoopsies. So this outputs grade 1 by itself, so we need filtered on grade 1 coming out of each building. Okay, that actually worked out. I need some more power for those, but... So now there's a bunch of grade 1 coming out of there. And why don't we put all these on the close side, and then I can just prioritize easily the grade 1 from... Or I guess I could side load, but input party right. That works fine too. Okay. That should do it. Those are 300 a second, so that's plenty of water there. I think we have phytoplankton now. And then phytoplankton will come down to this guy. I guess that can just be a T-junction. Like so. There it is. Phytoplankton done. Beautiful. Beautiful. Get a lamp up here. Somewhere. Okay, and then you are unnecessary. Cool. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a pipe that was missing. Alright. Yeah, there you go. Phytoplankton's a done deal. And then, how much an hour are we talking here? 22K, okay. I do want more storage than 1 hour's worth. So I'll get a big boy tank here. And plug that in as well. 250,000 should last a while. And that's it. That's phytoplankton. Alright, so let's set up refueling stations. I don't even know exactly how those work yet, but that's the plan. And then we can finally set up some more train depots that won't need fuel at them. And then I guess the refueling stations can take ash out. Hopefully. Okay, so how do refueling stations work? So obviously we need the train stops. I mean, why don't I copy... this part. Mode refueler. We'll just call them refueler, and this will be A section. There might be a refueler B section somewhere else, but all the ones in the same section get the same name. Is my idea, anyway. And those get power poles. And then, yeah, I mean, we'll have the inserters inserting in. And then these inserting out. So we'll have a belt of fuel coming this way. Belt of ash coming this way. We'll do something like... oh, wait. No, I guess the power pole needs to be there. And then this one will be coming there. Let me do that. Okay, so that should be copyable. On each one. No! Do we even need this? We don't even need combinators for this. I don't think. Okay. Let's not get run over. And then I hope I have enough belts for this. We will run the belt of double stacked raw coal along here. It's rotating backwards because I'm holding shift, and that's very confusing to my brain. I never use shift R, I just hit R 3 times, so shift R does weird things. Gosh, this is where all the trains go. So it's a very dangerous area to walk around. Okay, and then the ash needs to get burned. I don't really know how quickly. Might we need 2 of these? I mean, I doubt it, but you never know. I'm not really sure how much raw coal my trains are burning. It's not a number I can easily know. Okay, so these will be refueling stations. And then we can then disable the fueling part of this. And then I also want to... Uh-oh. Those weren't even hooked up. So I don't want to take ash out. I guess we can just remove all the inserters here. Okay. And then now we should be able to add more depots wherever we want, I think. Nope, I'm not fueling those. Almost there. Alright, that should be it for refueling. So now, trains, as they're running around, they do burn quite a bit of fuel, actually, now that I look at it. Huh. They burn more than I thought. Raw coal, 3 megajoules. How much does a loco... Does it just burn the amount on the tin? 600 kilowatts, so 1 every 5 seconds. So 1 every 5 seconds, I guess, kind of tells you how much. Maybe I need a third one of these. I don't actually know how much refueling needs to get done. Okay, and we have the setting. It might be map setting for Project Cybersyn. Fuel threshold. I wonder... so how much fuel do we actually need for a train to get across the base? They burn through 1 every 5 seconds. And if they're going to do the whole delivery... Yeah, I mean, maybe 0.5 is not crazy. We might use 75 fuel in one trip. So until I come up with a better fuel... Which, I mean, I could just be using coke or, you know, I mean, we could use other things. I could use raw fiber and then I wouldn't have to deal with the ash. You know, there are other solutions. Eventually we get charcoal briquettes, which might be good for train fuel specifically. Because they have 60 megajoules. Oh, never mind. That's different. We used to unlock these a lot earlier. They must have removed the early recipe for it or something. Because I definitely remember unlocking the briquettes early. Oh, maybe it's this one? No, that's also the same thing. 180 megajoules? Oh my god. That's a lot of megajoules in one item. I mean, what else can a train burn? I guess coarse coal would be a thing. Powdered biomass, lignin, cellulose, coal dust. Yeah, what was the fuel value of coarse coal? 10 megajoules. So that could be a good thing for trains, just because you get a bunch. And then I was gonna look up one other thing. What was it? Coal. Shoot. Nuclear fuel's forever away. I mean, we don't want decaying things as fuel, I don't think. Oh, powdered biomass. I was curious about that. It's a little better, but not that different. Okay. So yeah, I mean, just coal products are basically what we're going to use as train fuel until nuclear fuel. I could switch to raw fiber at some point if we want a little bit more fuel value. But yeah, let's design train depot. I mean, it's going to be super simple because it's going to be this minus all the belts. So I think I want to add, our depots are here. I think I want to add some maybe up here. Maybe like right here, so that they can get to these eastern things faster. So we'll add, and then I could put a refueler somewhere up here because of raw coal being right there. So we could get a refueler going. Anyway, let's do basic rails here. But then we'll actually delete the guts of it. And then we come back here. We copy this guy. Paste that in. And we delete all this random stuff. Delete that. So basically we just keep the name, solids depot, depot. And that's literally all we're gonna need ever. So then we just copy that onto the next one. Okay. And then we copy that. Uno más. Like so. And I'm not 100% sure that the straight rail was connecting properly there. Kind of looks like it's not, so there we go. Okay, so once that's done, we can add in 4 more trains. Maybe 1 fluid one. Okay. So then once that's all done, we'll run over there with our stuff. Like the trains to actually fill up the stations. So how are things doing on fuel? They're definitely spending fuel. Does anybody have less than half left? Trains, what about you? Of course the locomotive is out of reach. This is so annoying. You have to go into map view and then click on it to be able to even view the fuel. It's just so many weird interactions between map view and not map view, and Okay. Doesn't seem like... This one seems like the one that's closest to needing a refuel. But it still doesn't. Huh. Okay, so 3 refuelers should be plenty. It's not like they're needing them constantly. I just love seeing the auto mall. It's so wonderful. Build up to 2,000 bolts, because why not? Anyway, what's next? Well, I guess I can't quite check it off the list, because we actually need to add more trains before we're done. 4 solid... Let me go grab the stuff for that, since we're already over here. But 4 solids and... 1 whatever. Also, can caravans eat worker food? Are those gonna help caravans too? There's only one way to find out. Just to steal your jerky. Yeah, 10 actions from worker food. Perfect. So worker food will be able to distribute to dig dinos and caravans, and it doesn't spoil. So that just makes everything more convenient. And I'll just switch those things over once I do worker food. But for now, I need 5 locomotives. Wait, what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 locomotives. Which, by the way, these are not being produced here anymore. 4 of those and 1 of these. That's all we have now. We used up all the ingredients, so I'm gonna delete this. Actually, I guess we could have kept making wagons. Actually need those circuits. Hey, we got 7 more logistics bots. So there's that. Oh, I wonder if... Yeah, we were starting to run short on rails because of the solder issue. Okay, I'm not sure how I want to do this. Does this have an overflow setting? Yeah, it does. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, because we have hot air that's just being provided by trains now, and I just don't really want stuff to be not productive. So we're gonna remove all this. I'm gonna remove that connection. I'm just gonna switch the recipe to solder and hot air. I'm gonna switch this recipe to lead plate with hot air. I thought I hit that. That was... What just happened? I don't know what just happened. Anyway, so now hot air's here. I have no need for this anymore. And now we need a T-junction to go get hot air from over here. I guess this can be like that. Okay, now they both have infinite hot air. That'll boost our solder production by 20, is that 20%? 40%? Oh, that's 40% more solder. Yeah, that's a pretty big difference. That's a pretty big difference. And we'll use less of our molten lead on making lead plates, which means we get more molten lead for solder. Not that I need it, though. I guess is the problem. Alright, so that's all fine. And what's next? Lots of things happening in our base. Refueling stations are beginning to get built. So I guess worker food's next. What does worker food require? It requires a lot of things. Including starch, which needs fiberboard, which needs a bunch of stuff. So the question is, should I make starch in its own location and put it on trains? Or, I guess that depends on where it's used. So, starch, it's used in mostly worker foods, also used in drilling fluid. Chum is just another form of worker food for things that live in the water. And yellow dextrin. Used in antimony pulp 05. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that. For the most part, starch is only used for worker foods. That's the main idea here. And drilling fluid 3 and 4, which I highly doubt we'll ever need, unless those are used in, yeah, maybe I want to do one of these recipes, but it's never used. I'm never going to need it to just unlock bitumen seep, because even drilling fluid 2 is already going to double the amounts that I'm getting now, which are kind of absurd amounts. So, and if I ever do need those fluids, we can make starch in a different place. So I think I will just make starch on site at the worker plant. And we already have sodium hydroxide and fiber. So I guess treated wood is the only thing our train network doesn't have that it needs. Which is just creosote and wood. So it does feel like we should provide treated wood to the trains from over here. So why don't we bring in treated wood? Because I have it over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. But that's being delivered by caravan. You know what? Do I have a multi-provider up here? Oh god, it's full. I guess I planned it that way. Here, I could do treated wood right here. Rubber's taking 25 stacks, treated wood could take the rest. Because what I'm thinking is I have creosote nearby, so I could just bring creosote up, request wood in this guy. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, never mind. That's not an uh-oh. That's for later, if we ever need to request those via train. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Everything's fine. That scared me, but we're fine. Alright, you're gonna request wood. Regular wood at the old 21 stack salute. You're gonna be filtered on wood. We're gonna have a few tar processing plants over here. Tar processing plant. To make treated wood. I mean, I'll start with 3. I'll have to rotate those later. And each one of these needs 0.5 wood a second, according to Factorio readout. What makes 1 treated wood a second? So we'll need these guys. And power. Right there. Treated wood's now on this belt. Delete that guy. Got all sorts of weirdnesses here, but that should work. And then that's going to be enable, disable if treated wood. We'll go to 3,000 there. Maybe 3,500. 35 plus 25 is 60 stacks, so that should be fine. Okay. Now, I need some more belts and underground belts. And then I need tar processing units. Where are they, though? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'll have treated wood on the network. Oh wait, I need to bring the creosote up. So the creosote... Got it right here already. So now we just need to bring it up. Okay, to here. And then that one. That one. This one needs to turn to the right. We don't need that. Okay. And then we need to go add a pump somewhere. Let all the Tims and Jennies recharge. And then there we go. Treated wood is a bubbling. Here we go. Oh yeah, we gotta fix all this crap. Okay. Sweet. And this is rubber. Plus treated wood provide. And what is this? This is wood for treated wood. Wood for tree wood. Okay. Sweet. And then, are these built? No. Not even close. Wait, what's going on here? I guess that one just got built, and then these look queued up, so I think we're okay. It's just gonna take a hot second. Now I don't like... Yeah, we need to call these B. I want these depots to be different sections. Or do I? Wait a second. What if they're interchangeable? Is that better for me? Hold on. If I have one train per depot, and they're all named the same thing, then that means if this guy completes a delivery way over here, and this guy completes a delivery over there, then that guy can return to the depot here, and this guy can return to the depot here. And that ends up meaning less traffic and less fuel used. And is there any reason that's bad for me? And that way they return to the closest open depot at all times, which will only save traffic. Because yeah, then the other guy, maybe there's another guy that wants to, who would normally be here, and he can't return here, so he returns back over here. But that's because a guy over here was closer to this one and returned there. So I'm thinking in most cases, having the depots all named the same thing actually will help me. So let's go back to not B. They're all named the same thing, and they all have one train in them. And then they should be able to exchange and swap as desired. I actually think that's better. Okay, cool. I don't know why that's so surprising to me, but it feels surprising that that is a better solution. And then how's the fuel looking? I guess they got refueled because he's mostly full. So I think the refueling is working. We'll catch it in action someday, but cool. All right, space is really coming together. Phytoplankton. We got enough for a train load already if we need it. So now worker food is next. So we don't need the treated wood. We do need Ralasia. Oh my god, that's a lot of Ralasia seeds. Granted, I don't want 2 workers food a second. I'm gonna do 0.5. Well, maybe 0.4 even. 1 building running for now. We do need a lot of stuff. We need blood, we need skin, lard, guts, jerky, floor, so many spoilables. So many spoilables. Enough spoilables that I think we need a super trasher, because we're gonna end up with, well, I guess it's just biocrud and jerky, isn't it? And we've already got biocrud set up, so I guess we can just do a single trasher. Yeah. Let me just double check that. Well, yeah, gut spoil into jerky, lard spoils into biocrud. So that should be okay. Blood doesn't spoil, those 2 things don't spoil. And heck, we even need jerky, so we can prioritize the jerky that we get from potential guts spoilage. If, you know, when that happens, we'll have a buffer to reutilize that as the jerky part. So what I will do is I will add one more, we're on strong side trash extension. So that will be for the jerky. And then we'll do another strong side request. Okay, and then this one's gonna have to request all sorts of more stuff. Which I think we're fine to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things. That could be up to 90 stacks. 99 stacks? Okay, we still have room for more. But can I really request everything? Because I need 1, 2... Already have that. 3, 4. I think we already have seaweed. Yeah. And sodium hydroxide. And tin. 5, 6. And we don't have fiber. That's 7 more things. Not to mention blood. Which this is a... Oh my god, I forgot we did this. This is a requester for fluids and for... whatchamacallit. By the way... do we have blood already? Yeah, we've got 80k. Good, good, good. Blood for the blood god. We ended up with a lot of extra skin and bones to get the lard up to where we want it. But we're handling the output of those. Right. And then extra gets dumped into the trashing. Okay, so we're still fine on all that. I'm just trying to remember how we did all this. Alright, so... with worker food... I think I do want another requester station. I don't think I have too much to gain by forcing it all into one station, to be honest. Because we don't even have the space over here, so I'd have to put stuff down there, and that's, you know, getting on top of the niobium, and I think it's just easier to add more up here. We are going to need another roboport, probably. Over there. Maybe not. I guess not quite yet. And then... wait. I already have a requester chest. What am I doing? I already set up a request right here. That's what this is. Done the same thing twice. Okay. Chill, Krydex, chill. So this is a requester, and then I would also like to request blood here, which is gonna be a little tricky. No, it's not gonna be a little tricky. I just filter this on blood and it's done. That's not tricky at all. And then we can just bring blood up to a tank up here. Well, I do have to measure. No, I should have the tank right here, because we need to measure it. Otherwise, we won't know how much we have. But that's literally it. Yeah, and we'll request blood, which will come up and be accessible. And then this requester will have lots of things. Oh my. We need Ralasia. Do we already have Ralasia? No, we have Ralasia flowers, but not Ralasia seeds. Gosh, this is crazy how many items we need for all this. I'm definitely gonna go down there and do it myself, not from map view. But we probably need to be done with the episode soon. I guess now's the time to add the trains, and then we'll be done with the episode. So first order of business, counting trains and counting depots. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 depots, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I only have 5 trains. Because that one is the special. That's my one that's manually scheduled. There's only one waiting at Solids Depot. Those are both fluid trains. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 trains. And I have 6 stations here. Solids Depot. Solids Depot. Solids Depot. Solids Depot. Solids Depot. What have I done? I don't totally understand. There's 3 more. No, I need to do more than that. I need to actually, like, fill them up with at least a stack of raw coal so that they can actually run. Add station, Solids Depot. Paste, go. Okay. So now, yep, those guys are going to be returning over there, which is super weird. So how many do we need now? 6, 7, 8 total. And I should have 4 plus... Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have 10. Okay. Good news is I can add these in right here. So now we should have 1 train per depot. Hit go. Hit go. So now we should have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 trains. Perfect. Which means something's gone wrong. But I only had 4. Oh man, I've so confused myself now. How do I have 1 loco and 1 fluid wagon? Because didn't I just add 1 more cargo wagon than I thought I would? But I didn't have 5 cargo wagons. So did I only just add 4? But that means I had 6 before. I'm so confused. 1, 2, 3... 4. 10. I mean, every way I count it, I'm seeing 10 solid trains. Because that's not 1, that's not 1, those aren't 1. So I'm seeing 10 trains. We have spots for 4 solids there. And we have spots for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 solids here. So I think we're good. I think we're good. Alright. I don't know exactly what happened. I need 1 more loco for myself, and then I need to put the fluid one down, which will have to go at the other spot all the way up here. But I think we're good now. I don't know. We'll find out. But that should fix our train traffic problems. Going from... I don't know if I went from 5 to 10 or from 6 to 10, but we have quite a few more trains now. And we have trains in different spots, which should also help. Alright, and then you go there, and you go there. You know, I think I would also like the Fluids Depot to have a different color. Like a purplish blue. I feel like that's a good color for fluids. You know, you think about like petroleum kind of color. And then we need some fuel, which of course I don't have. Hopefully 20 logs is enough to get you where you need to go. And then I'm gonna copy that color onto these guys. Oh, these guys. There we go. So now we can tell them apart much more easily. Okay, that should do it. Yeah, it looks like we've got 10 trains in circulation, so I think we're good. And then I will run back to the mall because we need pump jacks. How's solder doing? Is it even starting to build up yet? Or is it still complete? Yes, it is. Okay. Perfect. There's 2 pump jacks. Where's the rest? There's a reason I built my little request shopping list system. There we go. It makes it kind of inane to figure out a little bit. And just because I'm curious about our Varrock Mark II, we'll do that too. And then we'll call it an episode. I just want to see how many we have built up. Oh, and I finished the Varrock turd. Right. Okay, we should do that immediately. Turd. Researched. Varrock's upgrade. Natural cycle. Speed minus 275%. Real speed is minus 25%. But I don't know if I fully understand how that works. Because on a Mark II building... Oh, I think that's just the Mark I building. There's 4 of them. Right. Sweet. Okay, so now that's changed Varrock's forever. Now these buildings have 15% productivity. They are slower, 0.375. They lost a fourth of their speed. But some of the speed that they lost, they gain back in productivity, of course. And now we already have 66 Varrock Mark II. So let's get the eggs rolling. Look at that. Crafting speed is now 1.667. Oh, I think I was wrong. Wait a second. I think these will get faster than these will get faster by adding in the better modules, now that I think about it. Because a larger percentage of the building's speed is getting doubled. Right? When we go from Varrock Mark I to Mark II, all of these are getting doubled. So the building originally had a speed of 11 units, whatever those units are, and now we added 10 more units, so now it has 21 units. Whereas this building had a speed of 3 units, and now it has a speed of 5 units. So 5/3 is less than 21/11ths, which means these are getting a bigger boost relatively than the other buildings. Which means I might need a 5th repro chamber. However, they also just slowed down because of whatchamacallit. So it's possible we don't need anything extra. We'll have to wait until we have all Varrock Mark IIs to find out. Also, these are getting more productivity. I forget. Did productivity apply to the Mark II Varrocks? No, but does it apply to the cocoons? Yes. Okay. So we will get a few more cocoons, but that doesn't really matter because they were kind of free anyway. It's just Varrock food to make cocoons, so it's not like they were expensive. Anyway, So overall rate of Raux is down slightly, but they're way cheaper. They use less cocoons now. I mean, I assume this is affected by productivity. Yeah. I guess we can see that there, because they are the main product. Anyway, we'll call that an episode. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.